Michael, I think you said it best. Just said it offline. You gotta get those clicks. Over 8 minutes of Astrobot gameplay appears online. Andy Robinson over at VGC. More than 8 minutes of off-screen Astrobot gameplay has been published, showing multiple levels of the PlayStation 5 platformer in action. The footage was captured by A9VG from China Joy, which is currently being held in Shanghai. The demo showcased the footage is the same footage that we actually saw, myself and Steve, when we played it at Summer Game Fest. Set for release in September, Astrobot tasks players with rescuing over 150 iconic VIP bots inspired by legendary characters from 30 years of PlayStation history, end quote, according to Sony. The platform follows Astro's Playroom, the popular PlayStation 5 pack-in, which has now been bundled with more than 60 million consoles. That's right, everybody and their brothers played this one. Speaking to VGC last month, the series creative director, Nicolas Duquette, said it was an honor being potentially many children's first foray into video games. Quote, it's a very flexible IP, and that's one of the things that I love about it, end quote, he said. Quote, we approached with a light heart and didn't write a backstory. We're not precious about details too much, other than the design of the characters, which needs to be respected. And quote, Astrobot looks like an adorable experience from what Steve and I were able to play. But yeah, basically, if you're catching this footage online, 8 minutes is, it's kind of the demo we got hands on with, right? We all saw Kratos pop up at the end. It's just kind of one of those things. And this is where we now venture into what's next, what other characters we get, when's Aloy going to be there, right? When's Spider-Man going to be in? Like, you kind of wonder how many characters. Dude, 30 years to pull from is a lot of stars that you can use to go rescue all these Astrobots. And it's a ton of fun. It's a platformer, a lighthearted experience, bright, colorful. It's just charming, pleasing to the eye. It's just one of those things easy to get into, right? And you sit beside your kid, my 3-year-old can join me, and away we go.
I mean, that's fantastic. I like that you said the director kind of realized, like, let's not make this game. It doesn't need to be, you know, Souls-like, which it feels like every other title we talked about today is Souls-like, Rogue-like.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that. As an Xbox fan, I also have to admit that most of the PlayStation exclusives are just really, really good. And, I mean, this has sort of that pressure behind it. There is sort of that pressure of everything that PlayStation has usually kind of said nobody gets access to besides PlayStation owners has just really kind of knocked it out of the park. And it sounds like from everything you've talked about, from what I've been able to kind of spot from, you know, yes, I'm giving the clicks to the leakers. I'm sorry, I'm part of the problem. But this game looks like it's going to be exactly what they want it to be. A nice little game. Play it with your kids, have some fun, just a chill platformer. I think they're doing everything right, and I hate to say it, but it looks like the PlayStation exclusives once again are just going to be a big hit for a lot of people.
No, absolutely. PlayStation's had a light year, to say the least, right? We all know there's no major AAA coming out of PlayStation this year. It's all been smaller titles, partnered with third parties, right? We had Stellar Blade this year. We had Rise of the Ronin this year. And then later on, we're getting Astrobot. We're getting, what is it? Horizon Lego Adventures is the other one I was thinking of, right? We also had hands-on at that with Summer Game Fest. So we saw their lineup, and we kind of, okay, cool. Like, it's a cool, solid lineup, but it is not here's Spider-Man 2. Here's the Wolverine game we're all been waiting for, right? Here's the next God of War experience. Nothing heavy hitting. So it's funny to watch PlayStation kind of go out and about this year to see what they have. When we were hit up going, hey, we got stuff to show over Summer Game Fest. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, you're taking a much more family-friendly approach. Dude, they're kind of taking that Nintendo charm and bringing it to PlayStation this year, which is kind of cool for Astrobot and for Lego, right? So I think we're in for a solid year, but yeah, it's definitely been a lighthearted one. But who leaks 8 minutes of footage? I don't get it. I don't understand the leaks. But it's just one of those things. People are excited, right? They want to see what is next. Here's the biggest thing. How do we get some clicks? Oh man, I got 8 minutes of footage. It's Astrobot, one of PlayStation's biggest IPs of the year. Very cool to take, right? And everybody wants to check it out. I can't wait for the game. It's going to be probably in one of my Game of the Year nominees on that scale, because that's how cool that demo was that we had to play for, I think it was about 45 minutes. So it's an early peek of what we had, and I can't wait because when it opened up, boom, it opened up. I thought, wow, like we're here for 20, 30 hours. I'm expecting somewhere around because it was that big. So we're in for a longer game than I expected, and definitely what we're used to. But yeah, let us know your hype levels for Astrobot, itgtv.com.